let's have a look at these lovely properties that you have in mind for us. This
remember one thing, Carl, and that's this area here, and people are constantly telling me I'm gonna. I'm going to stop being your friend. Stop telling people about the Minho area, because it is one of Portugal's best kept secrets. So people don't know what they don't know. And so people get upset that like I'm sharing it. Like, you know what? There's so much room here for everybody, So
it's true, isn't it? It's true. And I do understand that. I mean, things change, don't they? But a bit like being a perpetual tourist, we're all visitors to the earth. And the story of humanity is that people move around and it does change things. And it's whether, I guess, we're conscious about that and we play a responsible and mindful part in that, or if we just let it happen. So, yeah, that's a fair caveat. And I do understand why people might want us to stop talking about the North. Look at this beauty up here, what you've described as a... Oh, is it gone already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we actually, that's a beautiful property. That's one of those traditional Minho homes. It's a colonial house. I mean, century old. It was fully renovated. If you see some of the interior pictures, been like not only maintained.
What a beauty!
But everything's done on the inside. It's got enough land if you want to put a pool and stuff. That's why it's. I mean, properties here. This was it was on the market 260,000. Okay, there was a little bit of negotiation, of course, like everything else. But even at if at that value, no wonder it's sold, right? Everything's about the value that you get, and this is just a fully done up property.
Yeah,
and the location is you're 10 minutes away. You within walking distance to a train station. Okay, you're within your supermarkets. There's local cafes, in the village itself. Fun, small little country village, right? And but you from like Vila Nova de Cerveira, 10 minutes. From the center of Valença, 10 minutes. Your highway is like 5 minutes by car as well. You can walk to the train in 10 minutes. And it's a small little village that the people, know each other, and community, right? It's all about community.
Tony, I've got to say, with your properties, they are always so beautifully maintained and presented. I guess this is one of your signatures of how you go about doing what you do. They always look so beautiful, and the photos are fantastic.
I'm gonna have to. I can't take the credit for that. I'm a very, for me as the broker. Okay, as a broker, what do? I'm a dock connector. So anybody that wants to move here, whether they're moving to the Minho, to the Algarve, to Lisbon, anywhere in Portugal and all over the world, we send out referrals. I'm a CIPS realtor, certified international property specialist. So we work internationally. We have a group of realtors. But when somebody comes here, the very first thing they gotta have, we have everything that goes behind the scenes. You don't see it. It's all thanks to my business partner, Anita Sosa. Okay. When you talk about the pictures, the videos, she was the one that kicked my butt. Get on Instagram, get on YouTube, get on this, get on that. I wasn't a social media guy. I really wasn't. And you come to figure out that in the last 2 years, how, especially COVID, you had to change the way you get your message about Portugal and what to do. And so everything that goes behind, when you see it, I'll make sure you give her, I'll give her those compliments, because she's well worth all of it. Everything that's behind the scenes that you can imagine. All I do is the social interaction with people, the first contact. And then I just kind of feed them off where they need to work with this agent or that realtor, that team member. It's up. So thank you. But really it is her. She takes all the credit. And
please do pass that on, because I think it's really important as well. Like you can see, can't you, in some parts of the industry, people are just chucking up any old photos.
First impression. I mean, it's impression about you. It's about your business, about what you're selling. I mean, if you sell it, if you want to promote a property, and whether and everything is about the location, the information, right? But you have to present it. That's the first impression. You only get a chance to do that once.
Absolutely, it's the old saying, isn't it? You can only make you don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
And what's important is that you have to do it in a better way, where somebody gets there. It's the same, because usually the pictures are, and these are not treated or anything. These are just, she's a professional, right? She's a professional photographer as well, in addition to many other things. But when somebody looks at something, this is when they come to visit in real life. It's exactly what it is. It's not, wait a minute, the pictures that make it seem bigger or this or that. No, it's reality, and so people are not disappointed. And that's it adds credibility as well.
Well, these pictures are good quality and real. There's no empty or even full black plastic bags lying around the driveway, or bodies on the
bodies on the terrace, right? On the
you remember that one, don't you?
I remember that we were there with
I've got it
Shout out to
somewhere.
our the bromance, right? And Frank
I'm
the
not going to put it on the screen and besmirch your. It doesn't deserve to be alongside these lovely photos here. So, what have we got here? A spacious and beautifully. I mean, the lighting.
We might be closing on this
Lighting.
probably sometime in the next 2 weeks or so. But this is to give you an idea: 4 bedroom house,
Yeah.
2 baths. It's got a nice. It was completely renovated, air conditioning, etc. Garage for 2 cars. It's got an area for a barbecue area. It's got about 900 square meters of land and a water. In addition to, it's along the Camino de Santiago, so somebody's buying it. They're going to be doing it for small Airbnb, well, like hostels overnight,
Yeah.
for the Camino walkers.
What a
And
lovely
this
idea.
220,000 euros. I mean, what can you get for that? For
That
that?
is very, very good value, isn't it? Superb. Love that. 4 bedroom,
Nicely all finished
rancher.
off, the double glazing on the windows. I mean, you could. It's a brand new home. It was all rebuilt, everything from scratch, rebuilt.
Valenza de Minho.
Maintaining its old charm because it was an older house, right? It was an older house. People used to live there, so the new owners gave it a new life, and that's what it's all about.
And you've added a lot of light into that. Beautifully done. Really like that. Okay, so we're looking now at Villanova de Cerveira, an area dear to you, of course. And there it is, rustic stone cottage for renovation. So somewhat different here. This is all about the potential here, the P word, isn't it? But what a location. Oh, look at that location, Tony.
You see the river, you hear the river. I mean, if you're strong enough, you can throw your fishing cane and you'll hit the river there. It's the Rio Coda,
Oh,
okay, and the Rio Coda flows into the Rio Minho. Yeah, that's within 20 meters from the house.
you can
We sold
hear
a
that
neighbor. We
babbling
just
away
sold
in the back.
a neighbor. We sold a neighbor property.
Yeah.
Little more piece of land, and this is the kind of property. If I had this, this is the gems where people they're looking for because it's the location. Everything's about the location, right? It's
Yeah.
private. It's on a high up top. There's no houses. You have the view of everything else, And
Love that.
if I had a home there that was around 350,000 euros renovated, you'll spend about 200 grand to redo this house. So you're still buying it below market value, even if you get an architect, an engineer, and that's even. I always say it's our team. We never do anything. I can never do anything alone. It's everybody that's around me. I'm only as good and successful as everybody around me, and that's what's
Well, of
very
course.
thankful for that.
And that is going to be a beauty, isn't it? I mean, ultimately, what do you think that's going to end up as? How many bedrooms? I mean, it's got
Four
multiple
bedrooms,
buildings.
3 baths, swimming pool.
Yeah,
Maybe a nice little Airbnb place or
yeah,
holiday
yeah.
home and rent it out when the people. That's these kind of homes. Somebody when picks it up, they use it sparingly throughout the year. They'll come and then they give it to us to manage it, and we have a nice rental income. Like you can rent this property out per week in the summer months, June, July, and August, guaranteed 10, 12 months, 1,200 euros a week at minimum, to rent this property out. So you have a nice rentability, the ROI rather rentability, the return on investment.
Yeah,
So
sure, sure. What a lovely,
it's a
lovely.
gem. It's a gem because we had two. One is gone. This one is the neighbor one, and it's once you can't find properties alongside the river. They're not going to permit you to build there. It's just you can't do it. It's reserved, and the only reason they are not allow you to do it is because you have the footprints there that existed, and you can
Yeah,
renovate it. And the structure. What's good about this house? And a lot of the properties, although it is in a state of ruin, but if you you can't knock a wall down or kick it, and it's going to come down the house. It's got the beautiful structure, and that adds the value as well to the house to begin with.
we had a very funny meme about if you lean against a wall in some American properties, you go right through the dry lining, won't you? Whereas a Portuguese Portuguese wall breaks your hand if you touch it, and I'll break your other hand as well if you try that again.
I remember this is even before. I mean, before I lived here permanently, before I moved to Portugal, I always used to joke around like, there's a lot of there was a lot of house fires in the cities and in the states and stuff. And here, like I imagine, like man, if the house burned, it would only go the windows and doors would burn. Everything else
I've seen
would
that.
be in.
Yeah, I've seen that, and yes, I mean it's a devastating thing when it happens. But you've still got the main often in these fires that you see, the trees get taken out, and as you said, the woodwork, but the structure still stands. It's quite extraordinary. We have another to share. This is incredible. Love this. Oh, and Sarah's appreciating your approach or your business partner's approach here. Beautifully staged and what is it? Beautiful property and staging. We plan to take a drive around that area soon. No cluttered counters and open toilet seats. She's got an eye for detail, has Sarah, and she'll love this one as well, I think. Look at this. Avant-garde architecture. We've got everything this morning. So what have we got here?
This is your typical modern home. Okay, spacious. It's humongous. Pictures don't do justice. The pictures don't do justice for this house because it's humongous. It is a big house. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, swimming pool. Like you have even the laundry area, the office space. You know, there's a big office. The areas are just big. You know, you have a garage for up to 3 cars, but you still have a parking area, covered parking area for another 3 or 4 cars, for example. Plenty of space outdoors. It's just even the kitchen. Look at this beautiful kitchen.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that.
You have this is it's even the quality of the domotic. Everything is like automated, right? So if the electronics, everything in the house, the shutters, all the modern that you can. There's too much to mention. I think I put it there. The whole list of everything that's included that the house has, the specialties, but it's just one of those houses. You know, if you had this house for example, in the Algarve, in other parts of Portugal, it's all about the cost of the land, right? Because the house will pretty much cost, no matter where you're building it, it's going to cost the same. That's not going to change. But the land, and it would be a house that, you know, probably having it 800,000 euros or so, 800,000 euros would be nothing for a house like that. I wish I had. I mean, you know, if I had this house, if we had this home, and I'm sure any other friends or realtors that are in the Algarve or other parts of Portugal, if this house was down there, they would say, you know what, forget 800,000, it'd be over $1 million, probably. Yeah. But I could say comfortably that this house, you won't find a house like this for 800 grand down in other parts of Portugal. And here you.
And is that what it's listed at here? 800.
No, 550,000.
What? Wow. Okay.
It's too much house. It's so much of a big house. I mean, we're talking the areas of the living spaces, right? The bedrooms. You have a one bathroom that not only has a bath and shower in it, right? One of the, you know, normally you have one or the other, right? This has a whirlpool bath plus a nice shower as well. Somebody. You know, it's just the space. It's a spacious 4-bedroom house that
I love the design. Outward. You drive in underneath it, presumably for the parking. This is new to me. Bold Cozinhas. This is a company that does these beautiful kitchens. Mm-hmm. Wasn't aware of this company. They're working all over Portugal. Are they? Bold?
Yeah. The quality, extreme quality. That's
definitely. Look at that. And I mean, it's built, isn't it? So you can appreciate the landscape that it's set in.
You notice there, look, put it in the picture just to give you an idea. Okay, this kitchen here, do you see an extractor fan? No, but there is an extractor fan up above. It's built in that automatically. You don't see it, you know, like you have that extractor. It's just there's a design, right? That's the difference between, like, when you say, like, okay, even the cabinets. There's a space there, refrigerator, a certain temperature that it recuperates from the solar energy panels and everything. Like it's high tech, modern.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful. Nicely done. And the location of this one, can you tell us more about that?
It's like even walking to the river, 5 minutes, okay, to the Minho River. Right. You're 5 minutes walking to the Minho River, 5 minutes walking to the train station. Again, 10 minutes from the center, not even 7-8 minutes from the center of Valença, and another 7 or 8 minutes to Vila Nova de Cerveiras. Those are 2 big little areas. That area, but it's Dakota. That's where it's like a triangle. That's where I mostly we do our listings. We work all over Portugal, but we only list and appear in our office up in the north. This area here, you know. And so really just strategically located, but you're within walking distance to the Eco. There's an Eco Pista, right? A walkway that goes, you can go all the way from Monção all the way to Viana do Castelo on a bike or bike trail or walking trail. Okay. It's a big trail. So we're talking, you know, like 80 kilometers, right? From Monção with the Alvarinho born, right? That grape variety, but then all along the river, all the way to Viana do Castelo, there is a bike trail or a walking trail that you could do. And this is literally about 5 minutes walking.
Incredible.
This is
I could live in a place called Monção. I could be Carl Munson living in Monção.
Oh, there you go.
Made for me. What?